Okay, so since Kent sheared off one of his 28 spline axles in here, and there's all kinds of bits and pieces that have left in the housing. Oh, he broke it.
I am the police.
We went with a strange 35 spline axle spool and kit. So the axles are significantly bigger. They're like, see, I didn't realize that the spline count meant that they added more of the same spline size in. I thought the splines were just smaller and there was more of them. So they actually added in 7 more splines. So the diameter of the axle is actually massive compared to the old one. And it won't even fit into the old, that's how big it is. It won't even fit through the old bearing. So we've got some huge axles, a spool. We have our master bearing kit. And these boxes, we have some C-clip eliminators and miscellaneous items that we need to fit all this. So we have to start by cleaning out the housing of all the old shit and pulling out the old bearings. All right, so Ken's ingenious plan is to blow Varsol with the air compressor into the axle to clean it out. It should work. Oh. It smells funny in here now.
Well, the tube looks clean.
I'm gonna have to open this door, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna get hot as fuck.
Look at this side, and look at the other axle tube from the inside.
Oh yeah, look, you can see chunks down the other side. See if I can zoom in on them.
Yeah.
See chunks down the other tube? Fucking can't, man. Breaking axles.
What did this say?
1.6 60 foot though. Hey, hold on.
Woo! Getting high, I'm at it.
Yeah, it's hitting the tray. Hold on, we'll move the tray. Oh fuck, it's not gonna work either.
Now.
Whoa.
Here, I'll lift it up.
All the chunks of stuff in there. Yeah, look, metal chunks everywhere.
You breaking axles. You breaking axles, bruh.
Is it clean? Can you tell?
Okay, so we're gonna have to cut this axle housing part right up to the edge here, this lip. Because our new
C-clip eliminator.
Yeah, C-clip eliminator, there you go. Can fit right bolt to this flange. So you gotta cut off this part so this fits flush. And that's what we have to do now. So we'll start with that. See how close we can get with the grinder now. Actually, I think this might work out pretty alright. Uh-oh, we ruined it forever. You can never go back to stock axles.
Oh no.
Humanity.
All right.
So this is what we cut off. It's not actually perfectly flush. I might have to grind it down a little bit. But the majority of the meat is off. Other side.
Yeah.
This one was a lot closer.
Yeah, it looks good.
So apparently you can get the bearings on the spool by freezing the spool and cooking the bearings. So that's what we're up to now. I don't think it's filming though. Turn it on. Whole thing. Warm thing. it didn't work. All right, our plan with the heat didn't work as planned, so we went to a friend and got him to press the bearings onto the spool. So the bearings are there, and then the braces. So I guess we have to do more things now. So we just used a bunch of the bolts to pull the ring gear into the spool, and now we'll take them all out, put red Loctite on them, and torque them down to spec, which is like 100 foot-pounds. I know a lot of guys will put this ring gear in water to get it to fit over, but it kind of just slipped on pretty easy. I'm filming my struggles.
Yeah.
With all this not red Loctite they gave us. Make sure I got them all. So this was our setup. We had the spool went into an axle went into the tire. It wasn't in focus though. Yeah, man shift.
I am the police.
Okay, so I've never actually done rear end before, but we have a guide. We do have a guide that we're going by on the Strange website. So I guess we'd have to try and shim this up first. Oh yeah, good job, Dick Knob. There's no backlash at all right now.
Yeah. So take one out.
No, it's gotta come this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have to. We can't use that one then.
Yeah.
Put one of the thin ones in on.
I think this is thousands anyway.
Fuck.
That seems right though. That much play. It's
Yeah.
close. We'll just make it a bit tighter. So we are just a bit off. Spec is between 8 and 12 thou. We're at 13 thou, so we have to move it closer to the pinion. We'll keep playing with it, removing shims, switching them around, and then I'll refill them again after, because it'll be like a 19,000 minute video. Okay, after some playing around, I think we got the shims. We've got this for the left side stack of shims, and then we have one of the OEM ones on the right side. It puts us between 8 thou and 12 thou.
On 4 different locations.
Yeah, in 4 different spots. So we'll put it in, we're going to torque it down and try it again and see if we get the same result.
I bet you that's going to change it.
Who knows? Set up our dial indicator again. Nice. I think we're golden here. Now we got to check the pattern, so we'll have to put paint on it and see where it's running. But it should be good since we didn't change pinion depth. Included with our kit is this little paint kit that we can use. So we'll paint on the gears, then we'll run them over the pinion gear, and we'll see the pattern that it produces.
I love arts and crafts.
Some high school shit, yo.
I guess we could take this right off.
Yeah. Smack it on and then we'll have to wipe it all off again.
And the bar sole and all again.
I don't know how much you're actually supposed to use, but
It looked like they coated it pretty good according to the photos on that Strange site. So I wouldn't be shy. Yeah, I just wiped some off. Or no.
yeah, I can't. Here, let me run it over.
Okay. Yeah, just keep fucking spinning it. It'll eventually spin the shit out of it. Fuck it.
Yeah, but it's rubbing off on the other.
On the pinion.
Yeah, you can see where it's running. Kind of up on the upper half of the tooth, but it's still hitting. Okay, I got some explaining to do now. So we have it in, the spool's in down here, and we have our backlash in spec. This is actually the first time I've ever done like a rear end, so we took some time doing the shims and making sure and checking and double checking. And after we had it all bolted in, we checked again, and so we're sitting good now. We have to do the C-clip eliminators, put the ABS rings and the studs in the axles, and then we can assemble the whole rear end. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to start working on the C-clip eliminators, getting them in place and bolted in. Kent's going to get started on putting the nuts in the axles, or the bolts in the axles, and we're just going to do it up. So
The axles actually, the bolts for the studs, they actually bolt into the axle itself. I've never seen anything like it before, but yeah, they bolt into the axle down through. All right, so it's a new day. These ABS rings just don't slide on or can't be heated up and put on, so I'm gonna have to get them pressed on. Also have to get the bearing pressed on and like some marriage ring or whatever. Anyways, there's 4 things that gotta be pressed on each axle, so I won't be able to do it here, and then I gotta bring it to someone who has a press. It's raining. We got our axles back from being pressed in.
Thank you, Andrew McDonald.
Yes, Andrew McDonald. Big shout out to you.
Joe, Mike Collins.
Him too. So there's an ABS ring, a spacer, a wheel bearing, and then like a final press-on ring. And then on this one you can see that the brake caliper bracket is on. So we're gonna have to put these cork gaskets on with some RTV, and then we can bolt it into the axle. And we'll just do that for both sides. You have no bolt.
Oh, fuck.
Hopefully you don't break these ones.
Boom.
Boom. Now we gotta torque these things down. All right, so we're just finished bolting in both axles. We have both axles in now. Next we have a nice fancy diff cover to go on. So we're replacing the stock factory. Okay, so we're replacing this stock flimsy sheet metal pressed diff cover with this nice Ford Racing aluminum one. It'll give it a lot more strength, the pumpkin as a whole, and it looks a lot better. Comes with some nice fancy hardware too. And we'll throw this in.
And you got a new haircut.
I did get a new haircut. It also looks like it has a drain on this one,
Yeah.
and your other one didn't have a drain.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, it would help if I put it on right side. Oh. Now I want it in the top one. I fucked up. It's okay, I'll keep going. Try and put the bottom in first. I mean, put the bottom on the top. There's still one more step. So we got the girdle on. I didn't realize it was an actual girdle, but these bolts actually press like onto the main caps. What I mean the carrier caps. Yeah. So that's really cool, and it's like helps support everything and stop twisting. But we have one of these to replace. Little vent. So that'll be the last thing we do with this. Old one. New one. Oh, it's shiny. It doesn't match though. You should paint it black.
Oh, matches my diff cover. Spool cover.
Champions. So we got the diff done. I mean, we got the rear end done. And it's time to go back in the car. That was one of our biggest obstacles we had to face because we have the dyno coming up next week. So we gotta get this back in the car, finish off the fuel system. That probably will be finished by the time I upload this one. And then we should be ready to go.
Please subscribe.
Yeah. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow my Instagram, Super_Williams.
I can't see.
I tell you to follow Kent, but he always complains at me every time someone follows him. He's like, who the hell is following me now? People, I hate people.
I am the police.